Hi, it's Monday the 25th of September. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I am having one of those mornings. By the way, I put half my makeup on already just because I felt like it. I'm having one of those mornings where I just feel like I've wasted it, and I'm just trying to not let myself get into the self-talk where I just keep perpetuating that and just keep creating a bad day, if that makes sense. I feel like if things don't go as we hope they would in the morning, we begin to tell ourselves this story about the day and what kind of day it is and what kind of day it will be. And by doing that, we just create that kind of day. So it's like if we say to ourselves, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, which is something I actually never ever say. Not that I'm ever in a bad mood or I never have a bad day. I just never use that phrase because I feel like it's not helpful. And I never say I have a bad day either. I think me and Steve saying our 3 good things each night helps with that, but I just feel like labeling a day as bad, the day was never bad. There can be certain events in the day that I wish didn't happen, but I always try to look at it fully and say if I was like, oh yeah, it was a bad day, I missed the train, my boss yelled at me, whatever, those things. I'm missing all the good stuff that happened that just didn't stand out to me because it wasn't bad. And I really try to focus so much on the good that even when bad stuff happens, I just never like to label it as a bad day. Anyway, there's a podcast episode from the Life Coach School podcast, which I always talk about, it's called No Hard Days. I'll link it below. But I think that episode is one of the things, sorry, just getting a little Google Maps or whatever notification saying I should leave for work very soon. It's just that podcast episode really helped me, drove home that there is no such thing as a bad day. It's all how you interpret it. A bad day comes from our mind. So this morning I woke up, everything went to plan. First up, woke up at 5:30, which is when, so I don't think I've explained this, but the gym I go to, the classes alternate times each day. So I either go to 5:45 or 6 a.m. Mondays at 6 a.m. So I always just wake up half an hour before my class. So tomorrow I'll wake up at 5:15. I feel like I'm very shit at makeup. Just watching this, I'm like, oh my god, I need a proper bronzer. I think that's something I should invest in because this one just looks really muddy. But anyway, so I went to the gym, did gym class at 6, all went to plan, except I was feeling a little bit unwell. I think it's a combination. I was saying I was feeling this the other day, and that Steve has been feeling a little bit nauseous, but it's not really nauseous because you still have a full appetite. I think it's dehydration in the heat, and he thought fighting off influenza A because he's a paramedic and had worked with a lot of patients who had that. Anyway, I was feeling unwell. I think it was from probably just, I think that's Steve's car. He just left and said goodbye. So I think it's that. I don't know. I've also not eaten very healthy food in the last couple of days. Had my dad's birthday lunch yesterday. I ate a delicious carrot cake that my brother's girlfriend Lucy made. And I just don't know if it was, so I had a big lunch. Didn't eat dinner because I wasn't hungry when I came home. Then ate a small dinner at 9 o'clock. And I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I felt unwell, and then I got home, and my dream habit workshops have finished for now. So I normally do that on a Monday morning, but I just went back to sleep for an hour. Then I woke up and I'm still not feeling great, but not horrible. Had breakfast. Then I was doing some Instagram stuff. I did stuff, I just wasn't really focused, and I still haven't done planning yet. I took down some of my calendars. I just need to prioritize. What am I doing? I need to prioritize planning, and I haven't been. So, you know, when you just have no plan, no real plan, and part of that is, I think, like self-sabotage, because it's like if I have a plan and I don't follow it, then I feel bad. But if I don't have a plan, then I don't feel as bad if I don't do anything, even though I do feel bad. But I don't feel as bad because it's like, oh well, like it's just not a clear, like I made a plan and didn't do it. It's just like a less clear, and it means I can place the blame elsewhere and put it on the lack of plan instead of on me not following through. So I don't know if that's why I haven't planned. I've had time, and like I think it's so important to be honest. When like we have time, only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to plan. And when I say plan, I just mean taking my to-do list, looking at every little task that I need to do, and then putting that into my calendar. And the reason that I like doing that is because when I put it into my calendar, it makes it a lot easier to follow, because everything has to be prioritized and everything has to be allotted amount of time. But the main benefit is really that when everything's in my calendar, I no longer have this overwhelming to-do list, and I'm no longer looking at, oh my god, how many things do I have to do? There's never going to be enough time. It just allows me to look at the current thing, like if it's 10 a.m., what task I have at 10 a.m., that's all I need to focus on, and I just find it so much easier to actually work through my to-do list when it's in my calendar. So I haven't done that. I think I've been indulging a little in being confused and being overwhelmed because I haven't decided yet how I want to keep track of my plans, because I like iCal, but at the same time I really like having a physical thing much more. I've tried using this stuff on the wall to have post-it notes, which I did like. I just wasn't working because I wasn't doing it. And I don't know if you can relate, but I often find it's so easy to think of like, oh my god, I'm going to do all this planning and then not do it. And I'm just looking to find a simple system that is effective, and also developing the discipline and integrity to stick to it, because part of it is finding a good system and part of it is actually doing it, because we're always like going to have that time where we don't feel motivated, and it's not fun to plan sometimes, especially when you're not sure if you'll be able to fulfill on those plans. But I've found over the last year that really making an effort to plan and to build up that integrity so I follow through with my plans has created so much confidence, because when you can actually plan and know like that you are going to do it, it just really creates that confidence, instead of planning and then not having like feeling like you've already, just by making the plan, you're going to disappoint yourself because in the past you haven't done it. What has happened in the past doesn't affect the future if we don't let it. Like the past is all just a memory and our thoughts about it, really. And we can choose how to relate to that, and we can choose either to say, well, I've never been good at planning, so it's going to be hard in the future, or that I'm learning and all of that kind of thing. So keep getting messages. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And I'm doing my best today to not let the morning that I feel hasn't been as productive and as organized as I wanted it to be. And it's a Monday morning, so I feel like I have a higher expectation for Monday morning. I'm not the person that ever dreads Monday morning now. I used to when I was working full time, but now I am doing stuff that I love doing, which is blogging. I look forward to, like, every day is a day. And I don't really have a Monday in a sense that usually I'm working Saturday and Sunday on my blog. This week I didn't do as much on Saturday and Sunday because I had plans. My day off's normally Friday, but I had a Saturday off this week, and then I didn't do too much yesterday, except I still did my blog post and my email. I was so proud of myself for getting that out. And that's what I'm talking about with self-confidence. I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to put up a blog post and send an email to everyone every Sunday, and that I keep delivering on it. Just keeps building up my confidence to follow through with my plan. So I'm trying to do that in every area of my business and my life. I'm human. It takes practice, it takes a lot of work, and you can be really good at it and then just slip back out of that. So I'm just, going to be I'm doing a longer shift at work today, 8 hours. So I am going to be having this on my mind while I'm working and just trying to think through it all and come up with what will work and think about why I haven't been prioritizing planning. Like, is it a fear of disappointing myself? Like, why am I avoiding it? And why am I letting myself, like, be a little stuck around this? So that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm also just managing my self-talk about this morning and not telling myself, like, oh, I had a bad morning. None of that. Just kind of, this morning was what it was. I'm just going to make the best decisions I can from here and not let that taint the day, because it's purely up to me whether or not I have a bad day. And I find that if I focus on the bad, it keeps happening. And the more you look for it, the more you find it, of course, with the good or bad. So I am really trying to focus on the good things that happened this morning, which was I woke up and my alarm went off. I went to the gym, had a good workout at the gym. I felt unwell, so I allowed myself to rest, and that made me feel better. I had a healthy breakfast, and then I did my Instagram, which I have committed to doing every day so that I can stay consistent. So when I look at it like that, instead of being like how I felt around that and different things, like, I can really frame it one way or the other. So that's what I'm working on doing. I also do it a bit if I feel sick. I try not to, like, I find that if I don't feel well or I'm tired, I just walk more slowly, do everything more slowly, and I can really just indulge in that, like, pity party, really. And I find that if I still try to act physically as if I was healthy, of course, like, I'm not talking about being really sick or anything, I'm just talking about when I feel slightly off, or slightly tired, or even very tired, I just try to physically act like I normally would, and then it's like my mind just kind of forgets that I am not feeling my best because I'm not being, like, doing things really slowly and like, you know what I mean? Anyway, I better get to work, but thank you so much for watching these videos. I will keep you updated on the planning front and everything else. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.